Tite complained bitterly that Switzerland's equalising goal ought to have been ruled out for a foul, as Brazil could only draw 1-1 on their opening night in Group E. The five-times champions had let through Philippe Coutinho's beautiful long-range curling goal, but Steven Zuber equalised early in the second half. The Switzerland midfielder pushed Miranda slightly before he headed home from Xherdan Shaqiri's corner, and Tite argued it had been a clear offence. Switzerland's Zuber heads controversial equaliser to deny Brazil victory. Read more. The Brazil striker Gabriel Jesus believed he should have had a penalty in the 74th minute after he felt Manuel Akanji's arms around him in the area, but the equalising goal was the principal talking point. The Miranda moment was very clear, Tite said. It's a very clear play. You could interpret the penalty, appeal, but the first one, you cannot discuss. You have to be fair. I cannot talk about something that was so obvious. There was a foul. I will also say this, Miranda said to me, well, when he pushed me, I should have fallen over, but I said, no, absolutely not. Don't simulate anything. Don't draw a foul, otherwise it will look like you are trying to do so. Switzerland emerged with their point after what was largely a rearguard action, and they dismissed the controversy over their goal. The manager, Vladimir Petkovic, said, it was a regular goal, a regular duel. You look to create space to have the opportunity. The defender was not well positioned. The VAR referees also keep an eye on proceedings. Big guns misfire. Swedish spies in the Mexican rave. World Cup Football Daily Shaqiri added, it is too much to say it's a foul in every game when you have some little touches. This is football. You cannot stay without the little touches. Yes, many pushes are a foul, but this was a normal challenge on a corner. It is no foul. Brazil were the more proactive team and they dominated in terms of chances created, but they were undermined by a lack of ruthlessness. There was a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure, and it was translated into the final action, Tite said. We had more than 20 finishes, but too many were off target. If we were more focused, we could have made the goalkeeper work more. After the equalizer you could feel something emotionally. There was a feeling. We had to be cooler, more precise. My expectation was for a victory and, of course, I'm not happy with the result. At the last tournament in Brazil, the then manager, Luiz Felipe Scolari, had talked about 7 steps to heaven. His team, notoriously, would descend into hell after step 6, the 7-1 humbling against Germany, which has hung over them ever since. The exorcism will be possible only if Brazil can go all the way in Russia, and there is no doubt that failure is not exactly on the press agenda at present. A nation does not expect, it assumes, and, given the way Tite has re-energized the setup, who can blame them? Videotech helps France and impressive Iceland deny Messi. World Cup Football Daily. The pressure is excruciating, and, when Tite faced the media on the eve of Sunday's Group E opener against Switzerland, it seemed revealing that he was asked whether he was on any medication to help him sleep. His response, part humor, part conviction, reflected his comfort, and it extends to the trappings of Brazil's tag of favorites. They are here to win it, and Tite is not afraid to say so. As somebody who has been through 8 or 9 surgeries, I take no drugs, he said. I try to manage my ghosts, my angst, my human side. Yes, there is this expectation. I just try to focus on what matters. The work we have done gives us the expectation, but also a lot of inner peace. We have been building up to this for some time. Winning is a dream, and my focus is totally geared to that. It feels like the world is looking at us, but we want to be natural on the pitch, like we have been in all the games. Tite has given the captaincy to Marcelo for the Switzerland tie, and, with Dani Alves out injured, it appears that he will continue to pass the armband around. He had previously indicated that Alves, who has captained the team the most during his tenure, would assume the responsibility in Russia. Each member of Tite's likely 11 against Switzerland has captained the team. Even the 21-year-old striker Gabriel Jesus. Marcelo, one of only 6 survivors from the last World Cup, radiated confidence, particularly when asked about the 7-1. There is no longer any trauma, Marcelo said. If there was, I wouldn't be playing anymore. I would have retired. Of course, I wish it were different, but there is no drama. I always look for new goals, and this World Cup is another challenge. The captaincy is something that I like. When you are a kid playing on the beach, you dream of representing the national team, and now I have the opportunity to be captain at a World Cup. Money cannot buy this feeling. In the group everybody contributes, but I am 30 and, of course, you gain experience. In the numbers game that can color match previews, Tite can point to having suffered defeat only once in his 21 matches in charge. Against Argentina in a friendly, there have been 17 wins. But there is another detail that seems to have slipped under the radar. It comes from the Switzerland side, and it is the one that shows them in 6th position in the FIFA World Rankings, looking down on France and Spain, among others. How the world governing body gets to its master list is often questioned and mocked, but do not tell the Swiss they do not deserve their status. We have worked hard to have this ranking, Stefan Lichtner, the captain, said. Before the Brazil game, it underpins the quiet confidence that has built around their camp. Vladimir Petkovic's team are set up to pass and pass. Everything goes through the midfield fulcrum Granit Xhaka, and there was the statistic from Euro 2016. When Switzerland reached the last 16, that showed they had enjoyed more possession than their opponents in every game, even against France in the final group tie, which finished 0-0. Switzerland have the utmost respect for Brazil, and it was a snappy soundbite when Lichtner said that Neymar, whom Tite revealed was not yet 100% fit after ankle and metatarsal damage, was practically impossible to neutralize completely over 90 minutes. The right-back is set for a direct confrontation with Brazil's brightest star. He is probably the best and most complete player in that position in the world, Lichtner added. But he returned with a measure of swiftness to Switzerland's pre-match message. They are hell-bent on showcasing their own game. It's about us imposing ourselves and using our full backs to get forward, Lichtner said. We have to be cohesive as a team and close the gaps when we confront players like Neymar. Petkovic mentioned how his team's mentality had grown during his 4 years in charge. They have lost only once in their previous 22 matches, winning 16 of them. I always focus on our way of playing, he said. We will try to dominate and win. We are not here to make a lovely match against Brazil but to win it.